final. Senior X30, as we say, are going to be heading out on circuit next. And if we're ready to go, as the drivers get ready to go, let's have a look at the grid for this Senior X30 final. Race 23 of the day. Of course, after this, we've only got the Junior and Senior Rotax races. Well, let's take you through the grid then for this Senior X30 final. Lucas Ellingham, he just came back for a bit of fun, but he's starting the final on pole position with Micah Taylor alongside him. Jack Cox and Josh Palfreman, your winner of the final last round, is there on row 2. Then Jack Mower and Jaden Gregg are there on row number 3. Row 4 has Piotr Judovic and Sam Lewis. Then George Quartermain and Archie Heron on row 5. Henry Gregory and Morgan Hill on row 6. Now, of course, Henry Gregory involved in an incident in the second heat of the day. He starts there on row 6. Watch for him coming through the order. The same for Harry Torpy. They're on row number 7. He's alongside Daniel Archer, Olivier Pecula, Harry Maynard, Vishal Patel, Leo Robinson. And then rounding out the top 20 on row 10, Harry Yule and Ollie Keenan. Kian Leon out and Rylan Eckberg on row 11 with Macy Hitter and Jensen Pugh on row 12. And row 13, unlucky for some, as I've said a few times today, but it hasn't really been unlucky. I'm not really checked, to be honest. Maybe it has been really unlucky for people who have been on row 13. Who knows? It's Lucas Armstrong and Kira Harris, then Jensen Buckingham and Archie Forber, Harry Quartermain and Josh Jones round out the 30 drivers on the grid for this Senior X30 final. Well, Junior X30s, the drivers who we sort of imagined were going to be up near the sharp end and fighting, were there. And it all certainly kicked off throughout the racing. Let's see if that happens again here in the seniors. It's been super exciting throughout the senior action here today. We've had drivers all over the shop. Of course, the main protagonists, though, fighting at the front have been Harry Torpy and Henry Gregory. Henry Gregory leading the championship going into today's racing. Harry Torpy, your 2023 champion in Senior X30. Lucas Ellingham, about 3 or 4 time champion in the last 5 or 6 years in Senior X30 as well. He starts on pole position. He's just back here for a bit of fun, but he's a serious person to contend with at the front of the order. But Henry Gregory starting all the way down in 11th. Harry Torpy all the way down in 13th place. Let's see how they go in this final, but it's Ellingham and Taylor who are alongside each other as they lead us to the lights, and we go green for the Senior X30 final. They stay as they were through the first couple of corners. There's Henry Gregory getting shuffled out wide there. Funnily enough, I think that was actually contact with Harry Torpy going through the first couple of corners, as they're both trying to make up positions early on in this race. Down to Ashby we go, then who's off? That's the number 98 who's gone wide. That's Daniel Archer over the grass on the inside of the circuit. That drops him all the way to the back of the order. But Lucas Ellingham with a textbook start here. He knows how a Senior X30 final works here at Whilton Mill. And he's continuing that on, just as he used to all those years ago. I say that as if he's so old. He's so young still. And he's just done loads of years at Whilton Mill Kart Club. And he's been so impressive at Whilton Mill Kart Club. So, after lap number 1 then, Ellingham ahead of Taylor. Then Cox, Palferman, Jurovic, Mower, Heron, Gregg, Lewis and Hill, your top 10. Harry Torpy actually in 12th place, now ahead of Henry Gregory. So first piece of news, it's not been a good start for either of them. Second piece of news, Torpy has already jumped ahead of Henry Gregory. Still over 10 minutes left to go on the clock then. That was Josh Palferman and Piotr Judovic we were watching there going through into the boot. There's a contact warning though for the Torpedo, Mr. Harry Torpy, trying to find his way through the pack, but maybe needs to do it with a little bit less contact. Speaking of which, Gregory has jumped him as well. Henry Gregory back to 11th, Torpy back to 12th. But realistically, they need to hope that these drivers at the front hold each other up just a little bit more than they are doing at the moment, as Ellingham and Taylor are basically driving away with this race at the moment. Battle up the front though. Palferman piling on the pressure to Cox. Oh, you thought Palferman was going to go for the move there. I certainly did. Yellow flag. Oh, someone's really gone off on the grass there on the exit of Ashby. There's the move, though, down into the boot. Palferman gets it done this time. It was a little overly aggressive, you could say, into Osius, but Palfreman gave himself enough room there to back out of the move on the inside, goes for it again down into the boot. To be fair to him, fair play for getting a good enough exit off of Osius there to get the move done. Palfreman into third place. As I mentioned, Josh Palfreman was your winner in the final last round at round number 5. So keep an eye on him if he can drive up to the back of Taylor and Ellingham, still in the lead of this race. But it's Henry Gregory now in P9, still one place ahead of Harry Torpey in P10, but Gregory has the fastest lap of the race. 46.47 for Henry Gregory. Still trying to fight their way through the order. There's Palfreman, followed by Jack Cox now, as there's more people trying to make moves. That's Archie Heron, is it? Yes, through on Piotr Judovic. So Piotr drops down to P6. They then got Jaden Gregg and Jack Mowat right in behind them. And then there's Henry Gregory and Harry Torpey. Gregory goes to the move down the inside. Late on the brakes to Christmas Corner. He loves to move at Christmas Corner, whether it's the inside or the outside. He doesn't care. He gets the move done. Henry Gregory through. And immediately following through there was Harry Torpey down at Ashby. So they've managed to avoid each other's troubles like they had in the second heat of the day earlier on. And they're pressing through the order very nicely. Move to the inside. That's Judovic back through on Archie Heron. Heron goes to the door though. Contact on the exit. Judovic chucked to the exit curb. Holds onto the slide. Gets back on the throttle and back in the action. But less than ideal for Piotr Judovic. He's now going to hold up Torpey through the first couple of corners. I can see a move coming here from Harry Torpey up to Christmas Corner in front. Gregory's gone for the move as well. Late to the inside from Torpey in the background though. So Gregory through on Heron. That's for 6th place. Torpey through on Judovic in the background. That one is for 8th place. And in behind as well, that is Jack Mowat slipping back behind Morgan Hill. That's a move for 10th place for Morgan Hill. 7.5 minutes still to go on the clock in this one. Plenty of time for it to all play out. Now, I said earlier, will Palfreman close back in on the leaders? The answer to that one is no. There's now 2 seconds between Ellingham the lead and Palfreman in 3rd place. Micah Taylor's doing a decent job to try and keep him within earshot, but not good enough. A second now between Ellingham and Taylor, despite all 3 of them setting personal best. 46.2 for Ellingham, 46.4 for Taylor, 46.3 for Palfreman. But it's a 46.1 for Henry Gregory in 6th place, as he's now onto the back of Jaden Gregg. Through they go, through Ashby. Still battles galore. Oh, that's a late move to the inside. That's Rylan Ekberg trying to get through on Harry Yule. Battle for 14th place. There's a move. Jaden Gregg down the inside, that is. Through follows Gregory, and I think he's gone for it down the inside into the boot as well. We'll see how they emerge from the boot. And onto a new lap they go then, onto lap number 8. No, Gregg stayed ahead of Gregory through that final sector. There they are, heading through the first couple of corners. And now, Archie Heron and Jack Cox in between Gregory and Torpey. 5th and 8th place respectively for those two. As Ellingham continues to drive away at the front. As I always say, if I barely mention your name, you're either having a fantastic race or a bit of a stinker. And what a move it is for Lucas Ellingham, just coming back for a bit of fun here in the Senior X30s. At the Whilton Mill Kart Club, batting against guys who race week in, week out in the British Kart Championships and other series in Senior X30, and just absolutely wiping the floor with them. A 2.5 seconds now Lucas Ellingham has in the lead of the race. Just see Tony Kart Racer echoing what I said in an earlier final, saying, of course, the guy in the front always going to give the signal to work together. I find it every time. Exactly. It's never working together when you're the driver behind, but as soon as you get in front, now it's the time to work together. Hey, I would do it too, so I understand it. But it is quite funny to watch, isn't it? Micah Taylor is being caught, however, by Josh Palfreman. Only 0.6 of a second now in between those two. And Henry Gregory has got through as well on Jaden Gregg. There they are on your screen. So Gregory up now into P4. So P11 to P4 so far in this one. 7 places gained for Mr. Gregory. And he's just set a new fastest lap of the race. 46 dead. 46.01 for Henry Gregory. That's an unbelievable lap time. around this circuit. No one quite dropping into the 45s just yet, but I can't see it taking much longer now that Henry Gregory has a bit of clear air. And he's now dragging Jaden Gregg with him. Jaden Gregg, 46.08. No driver on the circuit is anywhere near the pace of these two. Now, I will say, with 4.5 minutes left to go, I think Lucas Ellingham is even still a bit too far down the road now. Nearly 2 seconds in the lead ahead of Micah Taylor. But Gregory and Gregg, funny enough, two almost identical last names, working together well here, pressing on nicely towards Taylor and Palfreman. There they are, heading through the first couple of corners. Palfreman, your winner in the final at round 5, has closed up to the back and now goes for it up into Christmas corner. Down the inside of Micah Taylor. That's going to relegate Micah Taylor to 3rd place then. And Gregory and Gregg are right there as well to start piling on the pressure. There goes Harry Torpey down the inside of Archie Heron. That's the 6th place. And Harry Torpey is going to be hoping that the gaggle in front are all going to start battling. Just as that gaggle in behind are. Whoa, that's a late move to the inside. Who was that going for a move down the inside? I want to say it was Jack Cox, but I don't think it was. I think it was a Jack Dex racing driver. So I'm not quite sure who that was. Henry Gregory side by side there. Who's out of the race? The number 50 is out of the race. Jensen Buckingham, it is indeed, from 19th place. Jensen Buckingham is out of the race. But Henry Gregory is through on Josh Palfreman. Now going for the 2nd place here, but no, leaves the door open. Oh, back down the inside goes Palfreman. Teammate action there from the two Vismo drivers. And Palfreman back through on Gregory. Yellow flag there down at Ashby. I think that's due to the stricken driver of Jensen Buckingham on the outside of the circuit there. But that's quite a big moment for the momentum in this race. Palfreman back through on Gregory. Whoa! Teammates making contact there, and Torpey seizes the opportunity. Dives down the inside of Jaden Gregg, and Jaden Gregg makes contact with Archie Heron. Jaden Gregg's off into the barrier. Now, the way I said that put the onus on Jaden Gregg there. That was certainly not. No fault of either driver there. Side by side into the final corner, spun across the nose, and into the barrier goes Jaden Gregg. Henry Gregory down the inside of Palfreman. Palfreman tries to switch back, clatters into Harry Torpey on the exit. Oh, I'm so gutted for Jaden Gregg there. He's been getting faster and faster throughout today. We know he's a driver who battles up near the sharp end in Senior X30, but just unlucky there. Two drivers converging on the same piece of tarmac at one time. And Gregg and Heron come together. Gregg has rejoined down in 26th place. Not too bad for Heron. Rejoins in 7th place, but equally less than ideal. With all this battling going on over P2 though, the gap to the leader now 4.6 seconds. Lucas Ellingham could basically have a little nap up at Christmas corner and still win this race. There's the move for 2nd place though. Henry Gregory gets it done down the inside at Christmas corner. As we know, he loves so much a move up at Christmas. Up into P2 he goes. There's the aggressive move to the inside of Ashby that we're so used to from Harry Torpey. He takes 4th place away from Josh Palfreman. And now Torpey has his full focus set on Micah Taylor in 3rd place, wanting to take away the final podium spot in this race. We're just about to head under 1 minute left to go here. I think this will just about be the 3rd to last lap of this race. So there's Gregory in 2nd, Taylor in 3rd, Torpey in 4th, Palfreman now in 5th. Morgan Hill not too far back there in 6th place. What happened to Archie Heron? So he did drop more places than thought. So he did cross the line in 7th, but then clearly got overtaken by a few up to Christmas corner after that incident with Jaden Gregg. He dropped down to P13 when all was said and done. This is that battle over 3rd place though still. Taylor holding on to it ahead of Torpey though. But he's called a torpedo for a reason. He loves ascend. So it's when, not if, for Harry Torpey here. Lucas Ellingham starts the penultimate lap of this race. And now Gregory's trying to chase him down. Took about 2.5 tenths out of him on the last lap. But with a 4.5 second lead, I don't think Ellingham has anything to worry about there. Here's that move to the inside from Harry Torpey. Clean as you like, to be fair, from Harry Torpey. Clean as a whistle move down the inside at the Christmas corner. That was a late move to the inside, though, from Palfreman as he tries to follow him through, and he does so, but fights back through. No, that's Morgan Hill getting back through. So time lost there. An attempt for a move from Palfreman on Taylor. Sees Palfreman lose time. Hill then skips on by. Palfreman tries to re-overtake him there into the boot there, and that's why I got a bit excited, as they came very close to taking each other out there. But Morgan Hill takes 5th place away from Josh Palfreman. On to the last lap we go then here in the Senior X30 final. Ellingham still 4.5 seconds in the lead here from Gregory, Torpy, Taylor, Hill, Palfreman, Moa, Cox, Ekberg and Junovic. Your top 10 as we head into the last 1,128 metres of this race. They're still battling over that 5th place though. Palfreman wants it back from Hill. But can he find a way to do so? Morgan Hill covers that inside line as they now head through into sector number 3. But it's Lucas Ellingham who owns the show. He heads round the final corner and Lucas Ellingham will take the race win here in Senior X30. He's come back for a bit of fun, but he wins the whole damn thing in the final. Fantastic. Great to see, that the multiple champion here in both Senior X30 and Senior Rotax wants to come back to Whilton Mill Kart Club and enjoy some racing. And he shows he's certainly not lost it in a Senior X30 kart. Great win for Lucas Ellingham. What a drive through the field then for Henry Gregory and Harry Torpy. Henry Gregory from 11th to 2nd. Harry Torpy from 13th to 3rd. Great driving through the order. However, when you drive through the order like they've just done, you leave yourself open to possibilities for nose cone penalties. So we're straight on nose cone watch, please, to check them as they come into the pit lane. But that is your provisional top 3 from the Senior X30 final. The rest of the top 10, Micah Taylor, Morgan Hill, Josh Palfreman, Jack Cox, Jack Mowat. Sorry, other way around. Jack Mowat in 7th, Jack Cox in 8th, my apologies. Ryan Ekberg, Leo Robinson, your top 10 there. Well, that's it then. Senior X30 action for today, and they certainly treated us to some action. I mean, from green light there was no real question that Lucas Ellingham was going to take the win, but we were enjoying the scrap through the pack there from Henry Gregory and Harry Torpy, producing some brilliant battles out there on circuit, and well done for them for provisionally securing themselves a podium place each in that final.